right before your biggest breakthroughs, you might be tormented with your fears. Don't allow your fears to dictate to you what you are capable of having, doing, the love that you literally see yourself having with your specific person. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to talk about how darkness always happens before the light shines. Before I get into this, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content. If you want me to be your coach, email me a short description to kim@coreunion.com, and then I will reply back to you with my first available session. You can do a 30-minute, 60-minute, or a package, which just makes it more affordable to meet with me. And I don't know why I need to fix myself here. Oftentimes, the biggest breakthroughs will happen after you have the biggest breakdowns. And I've had this happen to me. I've seen it happen with other people. It's common. It's literally part of the process because you are shifting into being an entirely new version of you, having whatever it is that you want in your reality. So you're literally, it's like you're augmenting reality. You are shifting and changing. And with that can come a lot of, let's think of it as almost growing pains. And I want you to think about this as a metamorphosis. And I've talked before about how the caterpillar that goes through the transformation of becoming the butterfly right before they're about to spread their wings and fly and be so incredibly beautiful, goes through this period of the middle where they're in the cocoon, where they literally are transforming and turning into mush. That process doesn't necessarily feel good. But when you go back and you think about that caterpillar, kind of crawling there around the ground, just minding its own business one day, and it sees the beautiful butterfly flying above, and it looks at it with like, I want to be that butterfly, but I'll never be able to be a butterfly. Well, if you think about it, that caterpillar is the butterfly. It just hasn't gone through the transformation yet, okay? That darkness is expected in a lot of ways. You are having to face your fears, and your fears are there basically to remind you when your body is this emotional filter system, and everything that you want is working through you. But your emotional filter system, it has to get rid of a lot of gunk that's down there. And all of that stuff is kind of what has been programmed into you without you realizing it, because your subconscious mind is this, like, it's a sponge. It's very compliant. It just listens and it just absorbs. I want to read a little bit something out of The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Some of the things in her book I do agree with. I've had a lot of experiences in manifesting that are very reflective in this book. One thing in particular I want to read out of chapter 2 is where she talks about how a woman who needed a place to live during a time where finding an apartment in New York City was very difficult. I've had so many experiences like this where when I wanted to live in my dream city, it was known as being a place that was hard to open a business and hard to find a home. Like, it was just one of those places that it was very expensive to get the type of place that I wanted to live in. All of the brokers in the area, people that I spoke with, clients, were all telling me it was nearly impossible. I just didn't listen because I was like, well, you're not God, and you are not my supply. I know that if it's in my heart, if I have the desire to live here, then it's done. It's all the same, because anything that you desire is already within you. And when you shift, you will realize this. Well, let's put it this way. When you understand this, you will then shift. I said that in the reverse. I always ended up manifesting what I wanted. So anyway, I wanted to read this out of chapter 2, The Game of Life and How to Play It. This was where she was talking about a woman who needed to find an apartment where there was no supply of apartments in New York City. So this woman had contemplated buying new blankets for the apartment that she didn't have yet. When the adverse thought or reasoning mind suggested, don't buy the blankets, perhaps. After all, you won't after all, you won't get an apartment and you'll have no use for them. She promptly replied to herself, I'll dig my ditches by buying the blankets. So she prepared for the apartment, acted as though she already had it. She found one in a miraculous way, and it was given to her, although there were over 200 other applicants. The blankets showed active faith. Getting into the spiritual swing of things is no easy matter for the average person. The adverse thoughts of doubt and fear surge from the subconscious. This explains why it is so often darkest before the dawn. A big demonstration is usually preceded by tormenting thoughts. So that's a good thing. When you guys are really in your deepest and darkest spirals after you've been faithfully doing the work, and then you either get a heavy dose in your mind or in the 3D, don't see it as a bad thing. See it, assign the meaning to it that this is a good thing. This means everything that I've been working towards, everything that I've been faithful, everything is literally happening now. So I'm going to repeat that part. A big demonstration is usually preceded by tormenting thoughts. Having made a statement of high spiritual truth, one challenges the old beliefs in the subconscious, and error is exposed to be put out. The error that is exposed to be put out is all of the BS of all of the fears of your subconscious mind and ego telling you all of these things are not, they're not going to be yours, or it's not safe to have them. This is the time when one must make his affirmations of truth repeatedly and rejoice and give thanks that he has already received. Before ye call, I shall answer. This means that every good and perfect gift is already man's, awaiting his recognition. What you want is already yours, awaiting your recognition of it. Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. The children of Israel were told that they could have all the land that they could see. This is true of every man. He has only the land within his own mental vision. Every great work, every big accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement. So don't give up. Don't give up when you're seeing either evidence in your mind or in your 3D that seems to be going against you. This is a good thing. The children of Israel, when they reached the promised land, were afraid to go in, for they said it was filled with giants who made them feel like grasshoppers. And there we saw the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. This is almost every man's experience. You are seeing yourself as small. You are playing small. You're not being the creator, the power, the strength in your reality. However, the one who knows spiritual law is undisturbed by appearances and rejoices while he is yet in captivity. That is, he holds to his vision and gives thanks that the end is accomplished he has received. Jesus Christ gave a wonderful example of this. He said to his disciples, "Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are ripe already to harvest." His clear vision pierced the world of matter, and he saw clearly the fourth dimensional world, things as they really are, perfect and complete in divine mind. So man must ever hold the vision of his journey's end and demand the manifestation of that which he has already received. It may be his perfect health, love, supply, self-expression, home, or friends. They are all finished and perfect ideas registered in divine mind, man's own superconscious mind, and must come through him, not to him. Okay? So I know that this video is going to help many of you guys. Remember that right before your biggest breakthroughs, you might be tormented with your fears. Don't allow your fears to dictate to you what you are capable of having, doing, the love that you literally see yourself having with your specific person, the marriage, the life together, the dream home, the bank account. If you're starting out some sort of a business, we all end up facing our dark before the light. So I'm sharing this knowledge with you today for you to stay and remain in faith and stay focused. Despite what your fears are telling you in your mind, none of it matters. All that matters is that you truly accept you being the version of you that has whatever it is that you want, and stay completely focused on it and accept that as your truth. This video is just your reminder to be who you truly are and ignore anything that tells you otherwise. I love you so, 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 so much. Please do comment down below that you trust the process, that you're going to accept yourself as being the version of you that has it all, and reach out to me if you need me. I will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.